Well, it says I'm live. Uh, Hopefully I am. I've been busy this morning. I hope I can get a few people in here. Starting off a little late, but there's a reason behind that. There's a reason behind that. I hope everybody will understand. It's hard sometimes to get started exactly on time, and today is one of those days. We had the guys from our reunion committee down here, and we were uh, loading up the tables and bringing back the tables that we used at the reunion. So, that's what we're doing this morning, and hopefully everybody's in here. And give me a thumbs up if the volume is good and the picture's good and stable. I'm trying to, like I said, I tried to get started as early as I could. Kind of had to almost run my friends off so I could get started. I had about 8 or 10 guys down here helping us load up the tables and the chairs from the reunion and restack them at the house. Hey, Fleet Tech, is the sound and the picture coming through loud and clear down in Atlanta? I'm running a little bit late this morning, but better late than never. Better late than never. That's what we kind of have to look at and everything. At least get out here and do something. And I try to be regular and right at 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings, but sometimes like today, it's tough. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Oh, you're south of Nashville. Oh, okay. So what are you doing south of Nashville? You out having a vacation this morning or out on business maybe? You never can tell. But south of Nashville would be, well, you're down on, what is that? 24, I-24 down there. Is that what that's what goes between Nashville and and Chattanooga, I believe, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, I hope everything's working good this morning. Hope where are you at, Kevin? Oh, Springfield. I should have read. Springfield, Ohio. Okay. On the road. Yeah, 24. Yeah, that's what I remember it had a good hill. I remember there used to be a great big fireworks guy right there on the state line. I guess I don't know which state it was that wouldn't let you have fireworks, but that I know right there on I-24 there used to be a great big huge fireworks store. I don't know if it's for Georgia or for Tennessee. I couldn't ever remember. I figured one of the states didn't allow it, but that's like it. South Carolina's got that. They got South Carolina has it on both ends. They've got it on the Georgia side. It must be Georgia that doesn't have fireworks because South Carolina's got a big fireworks store and on the Georgia South Carolina line, and they got one on the North Carolina side too because North Carolina doesn't allow it. But that's what you'll see right there on the interstate. At least things may have changed over the years. It's been a while since I've been on I-24. Oh gosh, I guess it's been 8 or 10 years since I've traveled that route from Chattanooga up to Nashville and everything. Hilly, I know there's a couple of big hills there. Oh, they've had okay. That's what I figured. It must be Georgia. North Carolina has the band too, and there's if it's the same guy that's got them everywhere, but he's got him at the South Carolina Georgia line on 85 and the South Carolina North Carolina line on 85. So he's got them like that. So yeah, they probably have them banned and everything in those places too. But how's everybody going this morning? It's going pretty good for me. Like I said, we had our big reunion every 5 years. We get five of the classes. My class 69, 70, 71, 72, and 73. We have a big reunion, high school reunion, and I'm on the committee. My wife and I are on the committees to help with that, and we help provide some tables and chairs because the venue we used didn't have enough. So we brought tables and chairs, and all the guys were down here early this morning and helped me reload this stuff back into my basement. So that's what I was doing. Barely made it on time. Well, I mean, barely made it. I didn't make it on time. So I've been doing that. Had a great time last night. Had a great turnout. I mean, for our small town, I mean, our school didn't graduate back then. Didn't graduate, but about 100 students per class, and to have as many, we had about 225 people that showed to the reunion. Of course, that's spouses and everything too, but still, that was a good reunion for us. And on top of that, we looked at the ones we've lost 145 people out of those 5 classes. We've had 145 people to pass away, so it's a big to do for us and everything. So it is. But we had a great time. We had a great time. I was the provider of the music. Uh, I've always been a high tech redneck, so I did the music for the reunion, and then we have provided some tables, and but everybody worked real hard with the reunion committee. And we had a great time. A lot of people we hadn't seen in a long time, and for some reason or other, all the rest of them kept getting older. Now, me and my wife, we hadn't got old, but just kidding, just kidding. At least we in our mind we hadn't got old, but but that's what it was. But it's we're coming to the end of summer now. Here we are. What is it? It's almost time for the the fall equinox, and that'll be another day or two. So and the weather's already changed a little bit down here. It was a little bit cool this morning. I think it was like 57 degrees when I jumped out this morning. So the weather's changing, and we're feeling the fall weather a little bit. But that's I was ready for it. I'm ready for the fall weather. Was everybody doing pretty good? Fleet Tech. You might be Fleet Neck if you do too much. It might be a Fleet Tech. Yeah, you had to take my apology there. I was I don't know why I said that, but you know, is everybody doing pretty good? I hope they are. And Kevin's on the road again. Yeah, let me scroll down here. Well, Kevin, are you still hauling for the same company, or are you back just doing independent brokering and everything? Are you still hauling with the same company, or how's that working? Oh, by the way, I was going to ask everybody: is my picture coming through good? I've changed camera setups. I'm actually using the new software that Apple has out now, where I'm able to use my good phone from Apple, my Apple 13, and I'm using it on as a webcam for my laptop now. So hopefully, is the picture coming through good and clear? I'm hoping it is, because it seems to be a good setup here, and I seem to like it. So looks good from there, Walter. Okay, we're good, and the volume's good, the sound's good, and I mean, I was concerned. I was wanting to make sure that the picture looks good. I mean, it does a good job. I mean, I think, well, the iPhone 13's cameras are real good camera. It's a 4K camera, so I'm hoping it's coming through, real good, and the picture quality is good for you. So y'all let me know if the picture quality is good and the sound and everything. Of course, the sound I'm using. I'm going to modify that up a little bit later on, probably. For right now, I'm using the laptop microphone, and we'll see how that works. I may continue like that, and there's, to get everything squared up. But this, I guess I'm sort of tired from working with the reunion and getting all that last night. And when you're involved with some of those things, like I said, I was doing the music and running around. Of course, we had it automated, uh, but I was in charge of that and doing a couple of the other announcements and a few things like that, sort of on the committee announcements. So um, I was busy and then trying to see everybody and when you think about trying to meet up with 200 people and some you haven't seen in years, it's hard to get that done. But that's what I was doing last night and lingering on to through today also. So that's what I've been doing. What have y'all guys been up to? We're coming up toward the midterm elections. I hope everybody's on board to help usher in some good candidates and everything. I sure hope so, and we can get some things straightened out. Uh, I don't know what we're going to do in this nation if we don't, but uh, we've got to do what we can do. Okay, so you're still driving for the same guy you leased on to. Okay, well, keep it rolling, Kevin, and I know you will. Kevin's always been a hustler. Every time you turn around, he's out on the road, so I know he's hustling and making that dollar while he can. And we have to make more of them nowadays. That's the problem. I was looking at the some of the inflation rates and everything else, and your savings and just everything's going through the roof right now. Oh, the picture's much sharper. Okay, well, that's good. That's what I was shooting for. I mean, it's a real good camera. So hopefully it's a better camera and everything else. And I'm always trying to tweak things and get the best microphones and everything else. Hey James, how are you? Yeah, glad to see you in here. But yeah, I'm always hoping to get the best, you know, camera set up and the microphone set up and those sort of things. It's because I know that that's important. Everything you read out there tells you that that's important. So I try to do the best I can with that. And I love the way that Apple's got this set up now, because like I said, I can set it up and I've got my iPhone up above me on a pedestal and then I've got my laptop down here and of course I've got some other monitors. I probably if I'd had time I would have had some of those going, but I was like I said, I was in a rush this morning just getting up here. But it's you know hopefully it's looking good and you can see my pretty face even better. Oh me, don't get too much detail because I haven't shaved this morning, so I don't want to get zoomed in too much. You'll see that I hadn't shaved this morning. And I did get up and brush my teeth and everything after breakfast, so I got that done and try to keep things squared up. But hopefully everything's going well with everybody. And with the change of the seasons, I love the year. I mean, it's one of my favorite times of the year, and I like to get out and I'm able to do some things I couldn't do during the summer, especially with my health, because I don't seem to run out of breath as bad. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah. They're I think they need to continue sending them on up to Martha Vineyard and just let them have a taste of what all the rest of the United States is getting. That's the thing about it. You get too many elites who feel like, oh, the world's wonderful, so we should make everybody else do other things. But when their ivory tower gets shattered, when their recluse when their place of uh, uh, being away from everybody else gets shattered, then oh wow, they're upset. They had 50 people come in, 50, when the border towns in Texas and Arizona and everywhere are getting thousands by the day, hundreds and thousands by the day, and they're worried about 50 people. And Chicago is worried about 50 or 100 people, and New York, all these sanctuary cities, they speak, they say a good thing until it comes to them, until it comes home to them. Then they're upset, and then they're making the Santas to them is evil because he's sending people up to them. Well, no, he's being fair. If we're going to take everybody, we take them all over the entire United States, and that's their problem, you know. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. So you finally found you a rim and tire, huh? Well, good deal. Good deal. Well, yeah, that's there's nothing worse than being down on equipment when you're out of state and everything, isn't it, Kevin? I've been there before too, and it's tough. And or getting something down and you can't get it back home. It's a tough situation. I take me a little swig of Sprite here, but I hope everybody's doing good this morning. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty good. A little tired from last night, but other than that, I'm feeling really good, and hopefully, we'll yeah, things are getting better. I mean, like I said, this is a time of the year that I really love. This time, this is the time I got married this in October. I always like September and October and November, and those are just wonderful months for me. I really enjoy those months, and uh, uh, that's that's a great time for me. That's a great time for me. I got engaged to my wife at that time. Well, started going steady with her back in high school. We got married at around the same time, and that it's just a good time of the year for us. I'll be married 52 years next month, so I'm trying to hang in there while I can, and hopefully I'll make a couple more years. And I got a great wife, and I hope I can make a few more and try to keep things rolling the best I can. You're driving to Georgia today, are you, James? You're moving all your furniture to Florida. So are you moving? What part of Florida are you moving to? Yeah, yeah. I haven't. It's good to move south. It's good to move south and get in these warmer states and really enjoy the scenery down. I mean, I love North Carolina. I mean, to me, I'm in my own little paradise down here in North Carolina. I love living out here on our farm and enjoying all the scenery we have around here. This morning, I was talking about when I left out to go get those tables and chairs. Uh, we have a whole flock of well, I guess is it a flock of turkeys or is it another name for it? But anyway, we had a bunch of turkeys, and we got one peacock. We got a peacock that runs with our wild turkeys down here. Never seen that. It really is weird. But we have a peacock that is taking up family with the turkeys, with the wild turkeys, and he's running uh, with those turkeys. So I guess he's killed the old saying, "Birds of a feather flock together." So this peacock is running with these turkeys, and it's really weird, but he does. He's moved into this area by himself for a while. He was just I'd see them out here in my backyard. But then all of a sudden, the wild turkeys have always been running through here. He kind of got up with the wild turkeys. So now I see that one peacock running with all the wild turkeys out there. And I'm surprised that the Tom turkey doesn't run him off, but so far so good. He keeps doing his thing. So you in the Tampa area. Okay. I had some friends last night that I was talking to. They have a place that in Tampa, Florida. They're staying down there a good bit, and so they like Tampa too. I I like the Orlando Tampa area. I haven't, of course, Tampa being on the coast side and everything, it really is nice. And I would imagine I've heard how bad the Florida prices have gone sky high down there because everybody moving to Florida has really inflated the prices of houses down in Florida. So if you was able to get one and you got it with no mortgage, that is fantastic. And it is what it is. But yeah, housing market in Florida is pretty tight, I think, right now, and then pretty expensive too, from what I've heard. So if you were able to obtain a, a house and have it paid off, that is fantastic. Yeah, and you can't beat the weather. I mean, Tampa's weather is good almost year round, so you can't beat it. It's a little bit, I guess with the coastal part, and it's on the Caribbean side too. So that's the prettiest part of any ocean. I mean, the Caribbean side is 10 times prettier than the Atlantic side, in my opinion. I mean, it's the water's clearer when we don't have an oil spill. But they got all that cleaned up and everything. But uh, it's fantastic and everything. And so I think that's great that you can get you a place down there. Yeah. Well, the Gulf side. Yeah, that's what I mean. Gulf side. But that is the Caribbean, isn't it? Isn't that called the Caribbean side too? Or is the Caribbean south? Caribbean may be the more southern south of Florida. I don't know. I don't know exactly where, but anyway, the Gulf side. The Gulf side is really uh, that's really pretty because even on the in Cancun, I went to Cancun one time, and boy, I said, man, the water's, and that's on the other side of the Gulf of it, and I said, boy, the water was just clear as a bell. It was beautiful down there. So I mean, that I guess being like that and not having the Atlantic side, I don't know all the differences of the climate or whatever, but that the Gulf side is a lot clearer and prettier ocean than the Atlantic side of Florida. I mean, we got the Atlantic side here in North Carolina too, but the Gulf, the water is pristine in comparison almost. Yeah, yeah, you had to correct me, James, but that's great that you've been able to get something down there. Are you gonna now? Are you moving down there permanent, or is that just a temporary home that you've got, or a vacation home? I guess it may be permanent, isn't it? I mean, that's a great place to be permanent. Uh, well, I mean, let me know, guys, what else is on y'all's mind. That's your permanent place, permanent location. Okay, well, great. What else is on everybody's mind this morning? I'm just rambling away this morning. Just didn't have anything special to talk about. Just kind of killing time because the wife and I've between reunion meetings and doctor's appointments, I've been all in doctor's appointments, and she's got several, and I've got several. So It's one of those things when you get older. I had to see my cardiologist this week, and she's got to meet with uh, some of her doctors, and she's had some work done this past week. So she and I have kept the doctor's appointment with doctor's offices busy, and it's just a never ending thing as you get older. I mean, uh, the old hardware wears out, and you hate to see it, but it does happen. So that's a part of my life that I have to continue on with, and just not worry about, just go with the flow. And of course, everybody's going to have issues as we get older. And mine, unfortunately, somebody said, "Are you enjoying your golden years?" I said, "Well, it's more like rusty than gold." So there's not a lot of golden years to it, but there's a lot of wore out, rusty parts that I have to worry about. Like I said, the heart issue that I have, and my wife. I won't get into hers, but she has some issues too. Yeah, yeah. And if you move, James, you're going to have to reestablish doctors and everybody else. That would be the only bad thing about having to make a move. I mean, at least here at home, I have everybody set up. All my doctors and uh, my lawyers, and everything else that I need. Uh, we got pretty well set up, but having to change that would be pretty tough, and reestablish that. So I'm glad I don't, at this point in my life, I don't have to do that. But to each his own, and we all have to deal with some things. Well, guys, I am a little bit out of breath after loading tables and chairs this morning and doing everything, and I'm just winded anyway. So I am going to call it a short podcast. I hope everybody understands. I hope the new camera works out good for everybody. But I'm gonna probably get on out of here. Try to put some videos up now that we're getting this reunion out of the way. Uh, Try to get do some more videos of different natures. And I will see y'all later. All right. Take care, guys.